Few figures in modern history continue to inspire as much fascination as Princess Diana. Decades after her passing, stories about her life, her compassion, and her relationship with her sons still capture worldwide attention. But every so often, an old story resurfaces with a dramatic new twist, one that sparks headlines, speculation, and endless debate. Recently, renewed attention has centered on claims of a hidden letter written by Diana to Prince William. Social media posts and sensational headlines have suggested that the contents of this supposed letter have finally been exposed, revealing heartbreaking truths that change everything we thought we knew. But what is fact? What is speculation? And why has this story captured so much attention? Before we continue, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest royal stories and historical deep dives. Princess Diana was known for expressing herself through handwritten letters. Friends, charity workers, and members of the public who met her often spoke about receiving thoughtful personal notes. Writing was one of the ways Diana stayed connected to the people she cared about. Her love for William and Harry was never in doubt. Throughout her life, she repeatedly described motherhood as the most important role she would ever have. Despite the enormous pressures of royal life, Diana worked hard to ensure her sons experienced moments of normal childhood. She took them to amusement parks, fast food restaurants, cinemas, and homeless shelters, experiences that were unusual for royal children at the time. Diana believed William and Harry needed to understand the real world beyond palace walls. That commitment has been documented extensively over the years. Because of this, it's easy to understand why any alleged private message from Diana to William would immediately become a global sensation. The emotional connection people still feel toward Diana remains incredibly powerful. Every new claim, whether supported by evidence or not, generates enormous curiosity. According to recent online rumors, the mysterious letter supposedly contained warnings about William's future responsibilities, reflections on royal life, and deeply personal advice about maintaining compassion while carrying the burden of the crown. Some versions of the story even claim Diana predicted future conflicts within the royal family. Others suggest she left instructions about protecting Harry or preserving family unity. These dramatic claims have spread rapidly across social media platforms, often presented without supporting documentation. That raises an important question. Has any authenticated hidden letter with these explosive revelations actually been publicly released? The answer is far less dramatic than many headlines suggest. Princess Diana did leave behind numerous verified letters that have appeared in books, museum collections, charity archives, and historical exhibitions over the years. Many of those letters reveal her warmth, humor, and concern for her children. However, there is no publicly verified evidence that a secret, newly exposed letter containing sensational predictions or devastating revelations has suddenly emerged. Royal historians have repeatedly emphasized the importance of distinguishing between authenticated historical documents and stories driven primarily by speculation. That distinction matters. The fascination surrounding Diana often creates an environment where rumors spread faster than verified information. Yet the genuine letters Diana did write remain emotionally powerful on their own. In several authenticated letters, she spoke lovingly about William and Harry, describing the joy they brought into her life. She often referred to them with remarkable tenderness. Friends have recalled how proudly she spoke about William's growing sense of responsibility and Harry's lively personality. Those observations reflected a mother watching her sons mature while navigating extraordinary public attention. Even after her separation from King Charles, Diana continued trying to create stability for both boys. She understood the unique expectations William would eventually face as heir to the throne. At the same time, she reportedly hoped he would never lose his empathy. That quality became one of Diana's defining characteristics. Her visits to hospitals, AIDS clinics, landmine victims, homeless shelters, and countless charitable organizations transformed public expectations of what royal service could look like. Many observers now see similarities between Diana's approach and some of William's own charitable priorities today. Whether discussing homelessness, mental health, or environmental issues, William has often emphasized compassion alongside duty. Some commentators believe those values reflect his mother's lasting influence. Of course, no one can fully know what private conversations occurred between mother and son. William was only 15 when Diana tragically died in August 1997. The sudden loss changed the course of his life forever. Millions watched as William and Harry walked behind their mother's funeral procession, a moment that remains one of the most unforgettable images in modern royal history. That public grief became deeply personal. In later interviews, both William and Harry have spoken about the enormous emotional impact of losing their mother at such a young age. William has occasionally shared how difficult it was to process grief while living under constant public scrutiny. Those experiences have shaped many of his later initiatives surrounding mental health awareness. Rather than hiding difficult conversations, William has encouraged people to speak openly about emotional struggles. Many believe Diana would have admired that approach. This brings us back to the so-called hidden letter. Why do stories like this continue appearing decades later? Part of the answer lies in Diana's extraordinary legacy. Unlike many historical figures, Diana remains deeply present in public memory. Every anniversary, documentary, photograph, or archived interview renews interest in her life. Publishers release new biographies. Television networks revisit familiar events. Social media introduces younger generations to her story. In that environment, unverified claims can easily gain momentum. A dramatic headline travels much faster than a careful historical explanation. Yet genuine history often proves more meaningful than sensational rumors. The authentic record already shows a devoted mother determined to prepare William for responsibilities few people could imagine. She understood that one day he would carry enormous constitutional and public expectations. Although she could never have predicted every challenge ahead, she consistently encouraged kindness, humility, and compassion. Those themes appear repeatedly throughout accounts from people who knew her personally. Former staff members, close friends, charity representatives, and royal commentators frequently describe Diana as someone deeply concerned about preserving her son's humanity despite their royal status. That concern has become one of the defining elements of her legacy. Whether through handwritten notes, personal conversations, or the example she set during countless charitable visits, Diana left behind lessons that continue resonating today. Perhaps that explains why stories about hidden letters continue attracting such attention. People are searching not merely for forgotten documents, but for a deeper connection to someone whose influence still reaches across generations. Yet as compelling as the rumors may sound, the available historical evidence reminds us to separate verified fact from speculation. Sometimes the real story, grounded in documented history, is every bit as emotional as the myths that grow around it. In the years since Diana's passing, Prince William has rarely spoken at length about the private memories he treasures most. When he has, his words have consistently reflected love, admiration, and the lasting influence his mother had on the person he has become. Rather than focusing on sensational claims, William has honored Diana by continuing many of the causes she championed, particularly those involving mental health, homelessness, and support for vulnerable communities. As for the alleged hidden letter, no authenticated document matching the dramatic descriptions circulating online has been publicly verified. While genuine letters written by Diana certainly exist and continue to offer heartfelt glimpses into her character, the extraordinary claims surrounding a newly exposed letter remain unsupported by credible historical evidence. What remains undeniable, however, is the emotional legacy Diana left behind. Her compassion, warmth, and determination to raise her sons with empathy continue to resonate with millions around the world. Whether through William's public service or the enduring admiration people hold for the late Princess of Wales, her influence is still unmistakable. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this fact-based look at one of the royal family's most talked about stories, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below.